Hello aspirants, welcome to Ekam Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the recent significant development that happened in one of the Union territories of Andaman and Nicobar. So what is that we are going to refer is, recently Amit Shah, who is our Home Minister, he has announced the renaming of Andaman and Nicobar's capital Port Blair to another name, right? In this particular context, we'll be understanding why they have recently changed the name, what is the history behind this particular location, and we'll also understand what are the necessary facts as an aspirant you need to know from examination perspective, everything regarding Andaman and Nicobar within a short and comprehensive video. So first, we'll understand the location of Port Blair, right? So here you can see Andaman and Nicobar Islands, or these chain of islands which are on the eastern coast, located especially in the Bay of Bengal, right? So then you can see these are all the islands, right? Almost 572 islands we have, but out of these only 30 plus are inhabited, right? So first thing you can see here, this is North Andaman, Middle Andaman and South Andaman. Then you also have Little Andaman, you can see here the Duncan Passage, and you have 10-degree channel. So this 10-degree channel separates Andaman group from Nicobar group. Then we have Car Nicobar, then we have Great Nicobar. So this is the thing. And the last point, okay, the southernmost tip where almost 6-degree latitude will be touching, that is Indira Point. That is the southernmost part of the India, right? So this is what the location. And you also have certain names mentioned here. We'll be discussing those in a while then. So there is an important announcement regarding TGPSC Group 1 Prelims cum Mains Foundation Batch, and this is going to start from 23rd September. This course has a duration of 7 months, including 2 years validity. This particular course will be available both in online as well as offline modes. Entire study material will be given in question and answer format. There will be daily current affairs handouts given, including state-specific current affairs also. At the same time, you will also be assessed continuously on the basis of daily tests, weekly tests and grand tests, and there will be one most important feature is one-to-one mentorship. So this particular course, okay, so will be taught by these respective faculties, and if you want the further details you can contact us on this number, right? So then, so the recent update is Center has renamed Andaman and Nicobar's capital Port Blair to a new name. So what is that, we'll be understanding in a while. So first, now we'll understand the background. So Port Blair, which is the capital of Andaman and Nicobar, was now renamed as Srivijaya Puram. So from now the name got changed. And who announced this particular change? It is Ministry of Home Affairs, right? You know, Union territories will be directly under administration of the central government. Then why we have named it as Port Blair means it was named after the British naval officer of the East India Company, you can see. On his name, this was actually there. So what Amit Shah said in this particular note is, he said, like, this is, we are going to remove the colonial imprint that is there in the Andaman and Nicobar, and we are trying to revive the ancient history of Andaman and Nicobar. Why? Because in Andaman and Nicobar, if you see in the previous terms also, it used to be an important strategic location. So for what many number of reasons, right? At the same time, strategically important. At the same time, this used to be the naval base for the Chola Empire. Ancient Chola Empire, they used to have a strong navy, as you know, and they have very good trade relations, and they even have strong expeditions in the Southeast Asian region also, right? So with respect to that, you need to understand. And this is a location where our Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose have unfurled the national flag from this particular point, right? So this is one you have to know. At the same time, we also have a cellular jail in Andaman and Nicobar, so where our popular leaders were also sentenced, like V.D. Savarkar and all. So this particular location is also very famous. So if you are selected as an IAS officer or into any service, as part of your Bharat Darshan, you'll also pay visit to the cellular jail in Andaman and Nicobar, right? So then, first question for the day is, when do we generally celebrate the birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, on which particular day, and what is the name given to that particular day? Try to put your answer in the comment section. Then we'll also understand, so what is a brief history and the necessary things which you need to understand from Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So first thing, it is a group of 572 islands, and then out of this only 36 are inhabited, right? So first, this is what you have to understand, and this is nothing but an extension of Arkan Mountains, so which got submerged in they appear like mountains and they have volcanic origin. So these island groups are having volcanic origin. So when we discuss about volcanic origin, do we have any active volcanoes in India? Active volcanoes means yes, we have two active volcanoes in India. One is Barren Island. So you know, in 2017 only it had the recent eruption after 1990s. This is the first one. And we also have Norcondam Island. So this is also a place of volcanic activity in India, right? So these are the two things. Then we also need to understand this particular Andaman and Nicobar Islands are separated from Myanmar and Thailand through Andaman Sea. They're very close to Indonesia, right? Only 150 kilometers away from Indonesia. At the same time, Coco Island of Myanmar was also separated from this Andaman and Nicobar group, right? So this is one close proximity, you can say. And then we also need to understand 10-degree channel that generally separates Andaman with Nicobar group, right? So this is one you have to understand. Then most importantly, this Andaman and Nicobar Islands, they are having tropical rainforests. So that is the type of climate they generally have. Then we'll also understand most important things, other things are this particular Andaman and Nicobar Islands consists of 3 types of islands. And recently, some of the islands, like around 20 islands, got renamed over Paramveer Chakra awardees also, right? So, but in the past, in 2017 or 18, Government of India had taken a decision to rename certain islands of Andaman and Nicobar Ross Islands. So, they are named as Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Islands. Okay, so they were renamed as such. Then we also need to understand Neil Islands. Neil Islands were named as Shahid Dweep. Right? What is the reason, you know? Like when Subhash Chandra Bose started this Indian National Army and all, so we have tried to enter it from different parts like Burma and Andaman and Nicobar. So Andaman and Nicobar is the first thing which they have taken into their control, right? So and then we also have Havelock Island of Andaman and Nicobar. This was named as Swaraj Dweep. So these are the recent renamings that happened by central government, right? And we also need to understand Andaman and Nicobar Islands have their jurisdiction with respect to which High Court. Try to put your answer in the comment section. Which High Court has the jurisdiction with respect to Andaman and Nicobar? Then we also need to understand Andaman and Nicobar has 5 PVTGs, right? We know that we have 75 PVTGs in India, out of which 5 PVTGs are there in Andaman and Nicobar. So first one we have is Greater Andamanese, and then we have Onges, then we have Jorevas, then we have Sentinelese. So all these four are from Andaman group only. Then we have 5th one, that is Shompen tribes. These are from Nicobar group. There is also another tribe in Nicobar, Nicobaris we call, but Shompen is the only PVTG in the Nicobar. So then the practice question for the day. So Port Blair, which is the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, is located in which of the following islands? So in this, try to choose the correct combination and put your answer in the comment section. Then, as we have reached the end of the video, today we have seen a recent development that happened in context of Andaman and Nicobar. And one most important thing you have to keep in mind is Andaman and Nicobar is very important for India because it is the only tri-service command center for India also, right? So all the 3 armed forces are stationed over Andaman and Nicobar because you know it is very much important to hold this strategic location for India because China is constantly increasing its presence in the Indian Ocean. So we have the tri-service command in the Andaman and Nicobar, right? So in this particular context of renaming the Port Blair as Srivijaya Puram, we have seen what is its prominence and what is the historical aspect and why did the government India have taken this decision of renaming, and all the other important facts for examination perspective we have discussed in a short and informative video. If you found it useful as part of your preparation, do let us know in the comment section. Thanks for joining. See you again.